Hello and welcome to whichever channel you're watching. I am Ollie from Broadsword.
And I'm Ben from Benji's Hobbies.
And together we are Benjishobbies, hobby gaming
channel
stuff.
Kit bashing stuff thing.
A few weeks ago, I took a little trip over to Ireland to see my pal Olly from Broadsword Wargaming. And I went over for a few reasons. First, Olly has an excellent YouTube channel, and it's great to go and meet up with like-minded creators in person. He also runs an awesome shop with his partner Kira, which it was lovely to have a proper tour of and see in the flesh. If ever you find yourself over in Castlebar in Ireland, I cannot recommend going and visiting this shop enough. And finally, Olly has one of the biggest bits boxes I have ever seen in my life.
I have never done kit bashing, but I do have a lot of shit.
You have an awful lot of shit.
It does. This is free miniature.
This is free real estate.
And I think it's time that we put this to good use. I'm Benji, and welcome to Benji's Hobbies. Okay, so kit bashing. It's something I've not really done before. Other than the odd simple hand swap or slight repositioning of a model here and there, I've done very few conversions or kit bashes in my life, so I am feeling totally out of my depth on this one. But with an epic bits box and the sheer number of part built and broken models at my disposal, it feels a real shame not to have a go at creating something cool or maybe odd or just plain scary with the bits that are in front of me. This selection of bits puts my bits box to shame, and with the sheer amount of stuff to play with, I have no doubt that I will find something cool in here to play with, but I'm not entirely sure where to start. After rummaging through the boxes and bags, I was totally unsure on what to make. With such a huge selection like this, it's easy to become a bit paralysed by choice. Now, whilst I'd had some cool ideas, some of them seemed possibly a bit beyond my current skill set. I'd love to attempt something really ambitious, but realistically, given the time that we've got and what I can sensibly accomplish, I might have to adjust my expectations a little. Now, I've no idea where this idea came from, but as soon as it struck me, I really decided to lean into it, and rather than making something serious, I decided to make something just a little bit silly.
Whole pile of Stormcast.
And you've got a whole pile of Space Marines.
Why not make them into a big snake marine?
Snake Marine, yeah.
But I don't know if this is going to work.
People are going to get angry about this, but I'm willing to take that risk.
Is it going to be a laugh? Maybe.
It's going to be a laugh.
Is it going to be shit?
It's going to be awful,
It's going to be shit.
I'm looking forward to seeing what we come up with.
So stay tuned whilst we work out how to stick models up other models and see what happens. I'm sorry if this isn't the content you came here for, but it's the content you're getting.
It's the quality content we've all come to expect.
Having seen a few Primaris intercessors in bits, and some complete ones too, I realised that by clipping away the legs and a few bits of the lower abdomen, I could stack them into a almost long snake-like section. Then I could reuse the clipped away legs and place them where the arms used to be, and use the shoulder pads to cover over any dodgy looking joints. With the main snaky looking body built, I did some more rummaging through the bits box and found a miscellaneous jump pack and a dreadnought front, and stuck these onto the torso of the beast to give it a bit more bulk. We
are like, what, an hour and a half further along than when we last recorded, so you've seen a little footage of what we're up to. What's going on?
I've made something that's horribly, horribly hideous, and I'm almost embarrassed to show it to people.
Yeah, you should be ashamed.
Oh no, it's broken. But yeah, I've made my Space Marine centipede, and I'm very proud of him.
Oh yeah?
Well, as proud as I can be of a Space Marine centipede, but yeah, he's come on. He's got a decent amount of legs. It's not 100, but it's a decent amount. It's more than the average Space Marine.
14
anyway.
legs and 4 arms.
Yeah.
What are you doing about the back end?
I've not decided yet. There's going to be something on the back end to make him like
stand
dangerous.
Out.
Yeah, but yeah.
But you're getting there.
I'm getting there. I'm not far off finish. I need some weaponry on it. I think he's lacking some weaponry.
He's got no guns. Yeah.
He's got no guns, and he's a bit armless at the moment. But I don't think it'll be long before he's
good
to go. Yeah, an hour or so, I reckon.
With the bulk of the monster built, this is as far as I got whilst over in Ireland with Olly. The head, I believe, is from a Grey Knight, and I have no idea where the arms came from, but the odd assortment of arms and weapons flailing away somehow makes this whole thing look a little bit more menacing. There's definitely some improvements I can make with a little bit more time and green stuff. But before I take this little beauty home, let me tell you a little bit about this video sponsor. Now, even though my YouTube channel has been up and running for over 2 years, I still feel some serious imposter syndrome. But one thing that definitely makes me look and feel more legit is having my own dedicated website hosted by the dudes over at Squarespace. Squarespace make it so easy to set up a professional looking website in just a few clicks. Their templates are effortless to use and totally customizable to my needs, so I can make a website that is personal to me and that I can be really proud of. One of my favorite features is being able to embed videos in my site, so you can check out my most recent YouTube videos direct from my website rather than having to search for them through YouTube. And what's more, I can check out a ton of analytics and get some insight into how much traffic my site is getting, all from just a few clicks. So if you want to look like a totally legit YouTuber just like me, then go and set up a Squarespace website today. And by using my link, which you'll find down in the description below, you'll save a chunky 10% off your first website or domain purchase. I mean, what's not to love? Unfortunately, after being awkwardly packed into my small hand luggage bag, by the time I got home, Mr. Marineipede had a little accident. But it really wasn't a huge problem to glue him back together. I then mixed up a little bit of green stuff to start filling in some of the more roughly hacked up pieces of Space Marine. I stuck some of the green stuff into the awkward sections between the joints and smoothed it out as best as I could. My experience with green stuff is pretty limited, so with a little bit more practice, I'm pretty sure I could do a better job than I did, but I think it turned out okay. I also packed out some of the emptier areas around the torso to give a little bit more bulk and heft at the top end. Finally, I wanted to add some corrugated piping for a couple of reasons. First, it'll add a bit of visual interest to the piece, and secondly, it'll hide some of the more, let's say, roughly sculpted areas of the model. Now, I don't have a green stuff pipe maker, as is available from some brands, but with the ability to 3D print, this does open up a whole host of other options. I've had this Ender 3 Neo for a few weeks now, and I am quickly falling in love with this printer. Whilst I'm well versed in using resin printers, FDM printers are something that I've really shied away from, but they do seem a lot better for creating functional bits like these pipe rollers. FDM printing, especially on this printer, is definitely becoming my go-to for functional tools and medium to large models and terrain, and you will definitely be seeing more of this printer on the channel in the coming months. With the pipe rollers printed, I rolled out some thin sausages of green stuff and carefully rolled them in between the two halves, and they created some great looking tubes for me. I carefully manipulated these into place, and I'm pretty happy with how the Marineipede is looking, and once it's dry, it's ready to be given a lick of paint. Now, if I was to try and make this dude a little bit more lore friendly, I should have probably stuck some spikes on it, made it a bit chaotic, maybe into some sort of demon engine, or maybe even a lore discordant. But just for fun, I painted it up as one of GW's poster boys, the Ultramarines. Maybe it was once a squad of Space Marines that got mashed together in the warp. I mean, who knows? But I'm pretty happy with how this thing turned out. Yes, it's a bit odd, it's a bit scary, a bit janky, and doesn't really fit anywhere in the lore, but it's my odd, scary, lore-breaking, janky Kitbash, and I'm pretty happy with him. I'm still not really in a position to offer any advice on how to kitbash, but all I can say is that this was a lot of fun to make, and I'd highly recommend just gluing and green stuffing bits together and seeing what sort of crazy creatures you can come up with. Make sure you go and check out Squarespace to make yourself look totally legit just like me, and use my link to get a nifty 10% off your first purchase of a domain or website. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.
How about you? What's good?
I've done the main round. I tried to go like a bit more authentic. I am sorry for this content.
No, you're not.
I'm ashamed of myself. So I think I worked out. I've had a few issues where like I can't get the legs to go like bendy. So I'm going to mould it as if it's going upstairs. I've currently got